What's up, guys? When I started with ecom, my biggest problem was always the creative strategy and always writing hooks, scripting stuff. To be fair, I was not as nearly good as it is now, not as nearly as developed as it is now. And so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to show you guys before you hire your first creative strategist, because obviously you can't afford him yet, how to use AI properly to actually turn AI into a really good creative strategist. We're going to be doing it for this product right here. It's just like a super simple cream, like a serum. Why this store? First of all, they have a shit ton of proof of concept, so it's like insanely proven. So what you want to do is essentially just put their brand name into the ads library at first. And so as you can see here, they have 170 active ads, and what you're going to do is you're going to filter for ads that have been launched at least 3 months ago. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more than that. First step is we're going to be downloading a bunch of these and then transcribing them. So we want the script version, we want the actual text version of these. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Well, very simple. Just click on one of these, right click, inspect. Then you're going to be basically selecting the video and then just copy this little source thing here. Press enter in a new tab, and then you have the video. And then this is what you want to do for at least like 30-40 videos of the competitors, but the more the better. All right, so now we have 13 ad examples here downloaded. And so what we're going to be doing, and once again, the reason why we're going back 6 months or like a lot of months, right, a lot of time in the past, because we want to have ads that are still active right now but have been started months ago. So these are proven to work winning ads, not creative tests. Okay, these are not creative tests. These are probably profitable, or else they would have just turned them off a long time ago. And so there's clearly something that they've done right, that worked for them. And so the reason why we want to have a lot of high volume and these, because like sometimes they do get lucky. Sometimes ads work specifically only for them and their sub audience and their pixels, right? But a true perfect 10 out of 10 winning ad is going to work in every audience. And that's when ads also work when you rip them, for example, because they also work for someone who gets maybe a little bit of worse traffic quality, or maybe there's not a lot of low hanging fruits, but if they rip the right ad, obviously it can still work, right? So that's the the little context behind it. But what we're going to be doing actually is we're not going to rip anything. We're not going to run anything that's ripped. We're going to take it to TurboScribe, and then we're going to click on transcribe files right here, and then we're just going to upload every single ad that we've just had. So all the videos that we just found, that we just basically downloaded, we're going to upload up here, and then we're going to wait until everything is uploaded, and then transfer everything with the whale function, which is the most accurate function here. All right, so our ads are done transcribing, and we're going to just select all of these 13 ads that are uploaded right here, and then we're going to click export and actually export them all into a PDF. So separate PDFs, it's going to basically give us a zip file, as you can see here. So what we're going to be doing now is we're actually going to be basically taking the first prompt here, which is here are 10 direct response meta ad scripts from my main competitor for the name product. We're going to just put a product name in there. And then this is the first part of the prompt weight. The reason why we're doing this is because, for some reason, you can really only attach 10 files onto ChatGPT. We're just going to be putting the prompt in here and attaching the first 10 scripts, wait until they're uploaded, and then actually put in the second prompt, which is these are the last ones. Now I want you to go ahead and analyze every single script I gave you also from the previous prompts and let me know your thoughts. So if you have more, I have 13 right now. If you have like 30, 40, 50, 100, you're going to do this again and again and again and again and again until you have your last couple ones in here, and until all of them are in here, right? So let's just hit enter here. Now we're going to be basically uploading the second prompt, which is just to remind ChatGPT, right? So this is just basically to say these are the last ones. Now we should go ahead and analyze and basically let me know your thoughts. That's what we want from ChatGPT now. Now, we don't even need anything else. We don't even need to go through all these ad scripts themselves. Of course, you should understand what product you sell to. This is just an example, all right? I'm not actually selling this product. This is just for, research purposes, or actually show you guys, right? So as you can see here, now we're going to basically, it's going to start actually, breaking down all the ads. What we're going to be doing once this prompt is done, we're going to copy the whole thing and put it in a separate document that we're going to download, and we're going to call that the competitor ad analysis. All right, so up until here, right? We don't want to have the opportunities for improvement or differentiation. We don't want that yet because we're going to have that in the future. But until summary of strength or something with summary, right? You're going to basically copy everything to the top and then put it in a separate Word document. I'm just going to pull up Word, empty document, boom, put it in here and save this to my desktop as competitor ad analysis. Okay, we're going to export that as a PDF, export, And that's it. This is our first document right here. And now we're going to be doing the next prompt, right? So what we're going to be now, we're going to actually do or use the deep research function because we want to do a lot of research now. So basically the prompt is, based on these scripts, create me a prompt for the deep research function, which looks through all the competitors of this exact product or similar products in the same niche and figure out exactly which awareness stage most of these prospects in the market are, how we could potentially be different from competitors. For example, solve the same problem, but specifically targeting parents of children or gifting angle, and so on. Which sophistication level or stage the market is in, if needed, which unique mechanisms can I use, and what types of visuals and audios work especially well in the direct response as in this market. Okay, so this is the prompt that we want to put in next. Basically, it's going to give us a prompt, right? It's going to be a prompt for the deep research function. And so this, we're not going to attach anything, right? We just need to, put in these things. Here's a prompt you can use for the deep research function, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now it's going to give us this exact prompt that we want to use essentially. And so this is pretty good already. Market awareness stage, identify which stage of awareness majority of your audience is currently in. It's already given us the examples here. The differentiations, obviously the sophistication. So what types of unique mechanisms can I have or use, opportunities, as you can see here. And then when it comes to the visual and audio creative trends that are in, kind of popular right now, and how can I actually apply that to my current one. So now we're going to copy this exact prompt that ChatGPT just gave us, and we're going to actually select the deep research thing and paste this prompt right here. And now it's going to start doing deep research. This is going to take a minute or two. It's going to ask us questions here that we want to answer. Which geographic market should I focus on? I'm going to do US. Do you want to include prescription-based treatments? No, we don't want that. And then the third one, should I prioritize any specific ad channels? Yes, Meta. Boom, enter. And now it's going to actually start doing the research. All right, guys, now the research is actually fully done. And once again, this is going to be our next document. Okay, so we're going to copy this. We're going to do a new Word document, paste all this stuff in here, right? This is 4 pages of research. So now we have 2 docs, and I'm going to all put this all in here because this is basically going to be our entire folder. This is going to be basically our entire folder full of the research and the documents that we're going to make. All right. So I suggest you guys have the same structure. Now, next prompt is actually going to be great. Now I want you to go ahead and write me a high converting, highly persuasive ad for the following ad concept, which is going to be VSL, so video sales letter. Keep the structure in mind: hook, story, unique mechanism, product and offer drop, guarantees, social proof. All right. Make it really long and tailored towards our exact avatar and base it off of the successful ads from the competitors I gave you earlier. Right. So we're going to be giving ChatGPT this prompt and attach both of the documents that we made. All right. So that is really important to do. And then, we can't really, we're not going to attach every single ad. Now we're going to actually write this stuff, and it's actually necessary to do all these steps beforehand. And now we're going to actually see what types of, stuff they can give me. All right. So let's see. Video sales letter script for name. Perfect. Visual close-up of baby screaming violently also gives us, for example, interesting. So as you can see, they already gave us like a visual hook too. Close-up of baby screaming violently, a distressed mom watching, fade to text, the itch that never quits, the solution that no one told you about, voiceover, if you ever stood by helpless as your child scratched their skin until they bled. This is insane. Yeah, this is very, very high persuasive. This seems like actually a pretty good script that we can use here. It's a pretty long ad. It's a pretty long ad. We can see the story here, the unique mechanism. So like first the problem, talking shit on other solutions, then actually introducing it, now actually getting into kind of transitioning to the product, then basically it's risk reversal afterwards, right? And a call to action at the very end, which we have right here. So now we're going to actually go ahead and copy all this in a Google Doc, right? So we're going to basically take this as our first thing here, as our first script. I think this is actually pretty good. I'm going to make a new Google Doc here and just paste it in there, right? This is going to be a first ad. We're going to do a little bit of fine tuning a little bit later, but I want to show you guys how to make a UGC ad as well, right? So the prompt for that is awesome. Now I'm going to be sending my product to different UGC creators, and I want you to give me scripts for those. These are shorter than the VSLs and typically only speak to solution or product over people, structure, hook, body, call to action, right? Very simple, very easy. But this is also the type of stuff that we're going to basically give ChatGPT. We don't have to give ChatGPT now the same documents that we gave it before, because it's automatically gonna kind of just use the stuff, right? Mom to mom, parent angle, same thing here, works super well. already giving us 5 different UGC scripts, which are pretty short and pretty simple, but they actually do look super good. So I'm going to copy all of these over and actually save these as well. And now what I want to do as well is I want to show you guys how I do the hook testing thing. Because if you watched a video of mine, I like to actually test blank image ads at first with only text on it, just to test the hooks, to prove the concept that the hook even gets a high CTR, and then actually put them on the actual scripts that we just basically figured out here, right? Because the hooks on ChatGPT are obviously not bad, but the hooks themselves are something which I really want to actually write with AI still. But basically, instead of just like testing one hook per ad concept, as this is basically the stuff right here, what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be testing first creative test a bunch of different hooks, only the hooks, right? So only blank image ads. I'm going to show you how I basically structure that, how I make those. But let's actually go ahead and write ChatGPT. Awesome. Now I want you to create now I want you to create hooks. I want you to create 10 hooks, and this 10 obviously just for an example. Obviously you're going to make more than 10. You should have always like a higher volume, but this is just once again for example purposes. So we want to have 10 hooks for this product. Only text. I want you to create 50 hooks, only text, and sort them by awareness stage. Keep most of them in the awareness stage where most of my customers are in. Boom. And now we're going to just let ChatGPT do that. I'm basically going to figure out which hooks we're going to test. I'm going to show you guys in a second how I actually put these on the image ads that we're going to be testing at first. So that's the first round of creative testing. So as you can see, it's generating all the hooks here. We have 5 for unaware, 10 for problem aware, and 25 for solution aware. So this is actually where it's going to, write most of these hooks. Now, how I'm going to do this, basically the hook testing thing, I'll just show you guys an example. I'm just going to basically take a text here, is a title, and then essentially just put this on here as text. Right? As you can see, this is literally the type of stuff that we're going to test here. And now what we're going to do is on all of these hooks that we're going to test separately, we're only going to spend a couple dollars, still optimized for purchase traffic because you still want the highest traffic quality. However, once these ads are already running, basically what you're looking for is the highest CTRs. Okay. So yeah, man. Guys, that was pretty much it for this video. Now we're going to basically just fine tune everything and just make everything a little bit better. But this should have given you an idea of how you can actually go ahead and, do this yourself. If you don't have a creative strategist yourself, and if you just need a little bit of help with AI, obviously it's still beneficial to understand it yourself, because when you do hire a creative strategist, you should obviously know what they did wrong if something goes wrong, obviously, and you should kind of know the skill yourself to know how to properly train an employee too, and also how to properly prompt an AI. Okay, so I hope I could help you guys with this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video and giving me your most important asset, which is your attention. And yeah, I wish you a beautiful day.